Hello, everybody. Yes, what is this, 4 or 5 weeks in a row? I'm sincerely proud of myself because y'all know I'm heavily inconsistent. We are here, we are fresh, we have a brand new Reddit story. But if you are new here, my name is Danielle, and here we talk about the scary, the spooky, and the sometimes unfortunate. Most of the time, I'm not even gonna say most of the time, sometimes it's an Uber horror story, but lately I haven't been doing Uber. Why? Because it's hot as the devil's coochie outside. I haven't really been feeling like it. I've been chilling, living my life. I haven't really felt like doing Uber. I haven't really needed to. I'm gonna get back into it, get y'all some new fresh stories. Hopefully it's not as drastic as the person pulling the gun out on me, because that was traumatizing. But anyway, today we have a Reddit story. I already read through it to try to keep from stuttering like I do in the previous videos. We gonna see how that go. But we are here. We are fresh and new, and I hope you enjoy. Grab a blanket, grab a snack, get cozy. But let's hop into it, shall we? I'm not rambling today. Maybe later, maybe throughout the story, we'll see. Okay, from me to me, let's get started. The name of this Reddit forum I'm on is Paranormal Encounters. The title is The Little Girl That Took My Hand and Led Me Into the Woods to Show Me Where She Laid Down and Died. I didn't sneeze this whole time I've been sitting here, and now this is some bullshit. Anyway. The little girl that took my hand and led me into the woods to show me where she laid down and died. This is a story about my mom's house. Her and my stepfather, we'll call him P, have been married for almost 15 years. P is the 5th generation in his family to live on this inherited 150-acre property in a small rural town. He inherited a farmhouse that was so old it was deemed unlivable, so they tore it down, buried most of it, and put a modular home on the property. Before P married my mom, he lived in the old farmhouse with ex-wife. We will call her B. B thought the property and the house was extremely haunted, and P didn't disagree. They decided to bring a psychic in to do an investigation, and she said that there were very many spirits, but that they were all good. Shortly after, at around 3 a.m., P is awakened by a light turning on outside his bedroom window. Living in the middle of nowhere, there was no reason for a light to turn on like that. He looked out the window and saw a little girl standing there. B woke up and looked out the window and saw her too. But then they smelled smoke. They went downstairs to see their kitchen had caught on fire. Everything in the kitchen burned except for these Christmas wax figures of Mary, Jesus, and Joseph. P still has them in a shadow box placed in the kitchen he has now. They are lucky they didn't lose the house. Fast forward to a long time later, my mom and P get married and are living happily ever after, and I'm living under the same roof in my early teen years. I love living there. There was so much property to explore, but I remember this one part in the woods gave me the heebie-jeebies. It made me feel so overwhelmingly uncomfortable with so many bad vibes. I wouldn't be in the woods. One night, I fell asleep and remember having a really weird dream. In my dream, it was very early in the morning, the crack of dawn. I get up and go out my back door and remember the sky being a dark bluish gray, and the air felt refreshingly cool on my skin. A little girl who couldn't be any older than 7 walks all the way from the woods up to the yard and onto the back deck. She had very pale skin, light blonde hair, and a light colored clothing. She looks at me and smiles. I think to myself about how sweet, warm, and friendly she was. She doesn't say anything, but she holds out her hand and gestures for me to come with her, so I take her hand. We walk and walk for what feels like eternity. Along the way, we pass many ghosts, it's in quotations, but they aren't bothering anybody. They're just there observing. The little girl led me to a spot in the woods that had always made me uncomfortable. Suddenly, the weather turns from summer to winter, from morning to evening. It was freezing. I'm amazed by how beautiful the scenery is, but then I realized the little girl wasn't holding my hand anymore. I look around and I see her body laying dull, limp, and lifeless in the shallow creek. Her skin had turned blue and she was curled up in a ball. I screamed and cried for help at the top of my lungs, but nobody heard me and nobody came. Then I woke up. The dream really bothered me and it freaked my parents out very bad. I decided that I needed to do research and found that about 50 years prior, a young girl 1.5 miles down the road disappeared, but nobody knew where she went. I asked P since he's lived on this road his entire life, and he confirmed it. Well, that was a short story. We gonna do short stories for a while, just because, you know, sit, quick video, give you something to, you know, do real quick, give you something to listen to. First, the little girl, very nice, very sweet, very sad story, is focusing on my face. Focus on this face, not that face. Anyway, it's kind of sad nobody knew where she went. That means nobody found her body. Her bones is probably just waded in the water. That's messed up, but hey, at least she showed, I don't know, they didn't specify it was a man or a woman, a girl or a boy presenting, you know, and they didn't specify. At least she showed them. Somebody knows. I hope the little girl's at peace. It says that it's a true story, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Hopefully this little girl finds peace and moves on, because, you know, nobody want to be stuck in limbo. I know I don't want to be stuck in limbo. That shit sound like it suck. As for the ghosts in the woods, that's kind of creepy. I wouldn't go back in the woods, because now the dream shows me that not only is this little girl wading in the water back there, it's just a bunch of ghosties in my backyard. We don't like that. That's creepy. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the story. I hope y'all like sitting with me, you know, relaxing with me. I hope y'all have a beautiful evening, afternoon, morning, whenever it is that you decide to click on my video. I will see y'all next week. Bye.